أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك إنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عليت تبارك ربنا وتعالى فلك الحمد على ما قضيت نستغفرك اللهم ونتوب إليك وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Now we are going to read from the 24th word, 5th branch, first fruit, the last paragraph, almost in the middle of the last paragraph. Now, inshallah, we will just start reading, if you don't mind, and then we will continue.
For sure, but one particle of the love of the eternal beloved through the names of the most merciful and compassionate has prepared a dwelling like paradise, adorned with hoarding for you in which all your bodily desires will be gratified, and through orders of his names has created for you in the paradise of everlasting powers that will satisfy all the wants of your spirit, heart, mind, and other subtle inner faculties, and in all of those names are contained many treasures of grace and magnificence. One particle of his love may take the place of the whole universe, but the universe cannot take the place of even a particular manifestation of his love, in which case it is the internal degree which that the internal beloved calls his own beloved to announce and follow it. If you love God, follow him, and that he loves you.
Thank you. So, in the email, I said there are some interesting points that we have to emphasize on, and now it comes. Well, the text says, for sure, one particle of the love of a eternal beloved who, through the names of most merciful and compassionate, has prepared a dwelling like paradise adorned with houris for you, in which all your bodily desires will be gratified, and through others of his names has ready for you in the paradise everlasting favors that will satisfy all the longing of your spirit, heart, mind, and other subtle inner faculties. Oh. And in all of whose names are contained many treasures of grace and munificence. One particle of his love may take the place of the whole universe. Now, what is the text talking? Who will somehow summarize the text for us? The piece we read today. What is the main point? How satisfactory you find it? Is it really correct for you? One, can you approve it? Can you feel really satisfied with what it says? Or if you have a question, you can ask the question. I don't know what it means.
About love.
Yeah, but what does the text say? The text says something interesting.
I think it's
Do you find anything challenging in the text?
challenging.
Yeah. Well, how can it be? Like, for example, I can say, what does it say here? That one particle of his love may take the place of the whole universe. What does it mean? How? So one particle of his love. One particle of his love. This means love for God. What does God represent here? God represent here. God represent here. Paradise is what God is going to create another type of creation there. For example, whoever created the stone, there are some qualities manifested there, right? And also when you look at, let's say, a flower, it's another type of creation, isn't it? An animal, it is another type of creation, right? So in each type of creation, there are different kinds of manifestations. No one is offering you anything. No one is offering. You're not saying, ask. Okay, look, why don't you? You don't want, how about the other one? You may want. You may want. Okay? We can offer when they come. Huh? So paradise is not God. Paradise is a different, another type of creation of God. Look, is there any difference between a stone and a bird, for example, or a child, a human being? Is there any difference? Yes. Yes. This is a stone and this is a baby. Completely different. So, who is giving existence to the stone and to the bird? The same one who created the whole universe. It must be so. Must be so. Because they are all created in the same system of the universe, the same order of the universe, within the same order of the universe, different elements. You see different qualities of the Creator in the stone and other different qualities of the Creator in the, let's say, a bird or a human being. Different qualities. Paradise is another type of creation. The difference between stone and a human being, for example, you see, huge. As far as the manifestations of the qualities of it is their creator are concerned, huge difference. Now, the same creator says, look, I can create something more. Since you are demonstrating that you are able to create all this in front of my eyes. Why not? Because you must be absolute. That's the conclusion we arrived before, actually, before our discussions, in our previous discussions, that the Creator must be absolute. I cannot describe him in terms of this word. The absolute means I cannot give a number, give a measure, anything in terms of this universe, and I don't have any other unit of measurement apart from what I have in this universe. So I can say it is not of this universe. So it must be, in my human language, it must be absolute or infinite. Everything is in the universe, within the universe, however huge it may be, but it's still finite. Right? That's why we use infinite, means the thing which is not finite. In our discussion, when we say infinite, we don't speak infinite in terms of technical mathematical terminology. We use infinite, means not finite. It is not of the nature of this universe. This must be understood. Very simple, basic knowledge. If someone doesn't understand why we call the creator of the universe, who must exist according to us, as an absolute being, we have to understand this. Every time we come to this discussion, this is our base. If someone is not satisfied about this term absolute, we cannot talk about anything further. We have to establish this first.
Yes, I have a question. So I think this is very interesting, but in this paragraph that we read, there's a talk about how paradise will satisfy your bodily desires, but the universe cannot take the place of even a particular manifestation of His love. Does that mean that this new creation of paradise, as you said, it's a different creation, but it has qualities of it that can actually satisfy something that is not satisfiable in this universe?
Yes.
Is that
so? Paradise represents something as we didn't come to this point, but it's a very legitimate concern. Yeah, we were going there. So first, we have to understand that why even a particle of love of God surpasses the love of whole universe. But particle of what? We have to establish. Now let's reason together. Particle of what? God. What does it mean? Particle of what? What we have been trying to do now? Define God, the one whose existence is absolute. A particle of absolute is absolute. Right? There is no half of the absolute. In human mind cannot accept it. It means absolute divided by 2 equals to, because you cannot divide absolute. You cannot treat absolute with any concept that we develop within the universe. Right? So a particle of love of God means everything. There is a particle. Whether you love the source of existence of something or you don't. But practically speaking, what we do, we ignore it. You can come and sit here. What's wrong? Sorry? Okay, let's start. We don't mind. We don't mind, but even if she makes noise, it's okay. Music. Yeah. Actually, recently I read from somebody, it's a very deep man, said, if you can sing like a bird sings, that's the best song. What does it mean? What does it mean? Bird sings not according to the audience, according to its own nature, as it is created. It can't really deform its reality because they are listening to me, I have to pick up my voice or as it comes, as it is created. So the noise of the babies are beautiful. But if you speak a person next to you, I will shut you up. But if the baby speaks, it's like a bird singing. You cannot shut the bird. It's fitry, but your speech is missing the attention. So it's spoiled. Yeah, it's not natural. Okay. Now you got it. Now, loving God loving God, the particle, even particle doesn't matter. But why the author says particle? As soon as you realize the source of existence, even for a second, that moment is eternal. You get it? As soon as you realize the source of existence of anything and attach your heart, your mind to it, that moment is attached to what? Eternal, absolute. That is absolute, that is eternal. That becomes eternal. Whatever is eternal is, sorry?
Absolute.
Yeah. Whatever is eternal is more than the whole universe, because the universe is huge but not eternal. Universe is big but not eternal. And also, now coming to the second stage.
So the particle is really referring to like a second or a moment, right?
A momentary, yeah, that moment is. So let's move to the paradise side of the discussion. Now he says human desires, all your desires will be gratified. Yeah? All your human heart, spirit, heart, mind, and other subtle inner faculties. What does it mean? What is he talking about? Heart, spirit, mind, subtle inner faculties. What is he talking about? Our human side. Our human side, not material side. So our human side needs what? Your heart. For example, you need then, I don't know, what do you need now? Something. Anything. Time. Everybody needs time. So you need something. Now let's say X. And you got it materially. If you have not attached your heart to the Creator, the absolute one, the objective, instead you attached your heart to the object itself, what happens? The object is with you as long as your body is here. Your spirit, your heart, your mind, your other, your feelings, any other feelings, human feelings, attached to where? Eternity. And that object, however essential for you in your life here on earth, however is important for you, you may think, when you die, it will be, the material attachment is to our material side. Your material side will go to grave, and that thing, as far as you are concerned, also is completely detached from you. Simple. So they will say that this is for my body until I die. You may get the best job, you may get the best house, you may get the best car, or even the helicopter, airplane, whatever you want. That is the satisfaction of your body. Yeah? It doesn't satisfy more than your body. When your body is separated from you as a human being, which is called human soul, spirit, your body and your car together, or the helicopter, goes to the grave together, as far as you are concerned. It's not detached from you completely. Isn't it simple? So we have to be aware of that. Whatever we want. Why don't you offer this gentleman something? The lady for the water. Yeah. And also tea. You're sorry, you can. It's hers. Let her. No, Can you take some? Okay. Let us entertain how to serve and the pleasure of service. We have to learn pleasure of service. Serving others must satisfy our heart. Yeah, really, we have to learn that. If I wasn't in front of the screen or the camera, I would just go and do it without asking anyone.
How does it satisfy the heart, serving others? How does serving others satisfy the heart?
Because it's not body. It is the requirement of your spirit. Because you are being served by your Creator. You are reflecting or letting the Creator's service manifest itself through you. Say that my servant, my Creator is the servant which serves. We think that we are the servants of God. God serves us. Do you think you serve God? What do you do? Yeah, do you do the gardening for Him? Or? It's ridiculous, isn't it? We think that we are servants of God. It's all ridiculous language. Ridiculous language. But everything is served, isn't it? God is serving us. What are we going to do? Just say thank you. Very simple. I acknowledge it. Thank you. I'm pleased. Everything that you are serving me is for my pleasures. I'm pleased. I'm happy with you. I'm happy that I'm created. So simple. But the language is upside down. We are slaves of God. Hey, you are slaves of God. You are servants of God. We are servants of God. It sounds very modest, but it is so perverted idea. Ibad doesn't mean somebody is slave. I am created by Him, and everything is given to me by Him. How can I be slave? Have you ever seen any Lord who gives everything to his slave and says, you are my slave? Who is the slave? Who is the slave? So ridiculous language. To me, I can't say that we are slaves of God. But what this guy, the author of this book, says, you are the honorable guest of God. Why? I feel that. You are the addressee of God. We are the language. God created you and now speaks to you and communicates with you, has a conversation with you, converses with you. Do you understand? It's beautiful description. It's a very honoring for human. Not that it would really makes me be proud. No. Especially if someone keeps you serving, you feel that you feel obliged to say thank you and please, that's enough. Rather than becoming arrogant, more and more arrogant. Do you understand that? If someone keeps bringing you presents, what do you feel? Thank you, and I should give him some present in recognition of his being generous to me. How can you give present to God? Yes, just be happy with it, whatever he gives you. Yeah, but what the human eyes, human caprices see, for example, I don't want to tell my personal secret. This shirt is perfect, but there is one point here which is default. Yeah, 1 square millimeter. Everything is working. When you go in practical terms, not in real terms, practical terms, in the shop, this shirt is $60. Because of this 1 square millimeter default, it becomes $5. True or not? In reality, yeah. Yeah. So we don't see the rest of the shirt. We see only that 1 square millimeter default. That's how human beings are not arrogant, ungrateful to God. Everything is perfect, but one thing happens.
Always conflict.
And that point always says, here I am. God didn't really favor you. So rebel him. Say, this is fault, this is a fault. Keep talking. But what is it? Why do you think there is in our relationship, in the rest of the creation, nothing? That's in our relationship as far as our perception of the world and relationship with the rest of the world is concerned, we see something evil, that default, something. We see it according to our expectations. That's why khayrihi wa sharrihi min Allah, the scholar said. In fact, that default is not evil. When it comes to there, human eye doesn't see the rest, sees that point only. Oh, there is a defect here. You start saying that. There is a point in that. When you saw that one, now, I didn't like this one. It means if there is a defect, I don't like it. So, is there any defect in the rest of the shirt? No. Who made it? Perfect. Who made it perfect? The rest. It makes me think about the perfect side of the creation. So, the evil thing that I don't like, which is correct, I don't like the effect. It's correct. I don't like the effect. So that defect helps me understand and question, not understand, question and understand the other perfect parts are prepared by what? Who made them perfect? Who made them perfect? So it is a means of questioning, contrast. Because if there is no contrast in creation, we cannot think, we cannot humanly treat anything. We cannot make choice, we cannot use our free will. When you don't use your free will, you are not a human being. You are not functioning as a human being. So you cannot make judgments. This is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong. We cannot make judgments. So we are here to train. So we have to say, I should do this, I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I should be like this, I shouldn't be like that. And then we will learn. If there is no option, what do you learn? If there is no option, you learn nothing. And you don't develop, you don't progress. It's very simple, but people keep criticizing this 1 square millimeter defect. Right? There are, let's say, 5 billion people on Earth. Everybody is taking care of food, the food is given, air is prepared, and water is prepared, and their family somehow sheltered. But there are some defects that we don't like. There are some people, let's say, some children die of certain illness at the age of 1, 2, 3, maybe at birth. What happens? We look at them. But these are, yes, we have to look at them in order to what? This baby is not given the rest of her life, his or her life. Right? Died at the age of 1 or 2, yeah? One poor baby. Okay, you have to say, okay, who's providing the life? Who is giving me life until this age? Who has been giving the life until this age? Why do you keep complaining that this lady, this baby, is not given a long life as I do? But who is giving me my life? Have you questioned? Utilize it. Unfortunately, rather than utilizing it, we keep criticizing, mostly forgetting about the, in our example, rest of the perfection in the shirt. Who made it? Do you understand that? Do you follow me at all? No?
Yes.
You do. So who made perfect? The rest of the shirt. So it will be a, if you look the criterion, unit of measurement to say, this is not perfect, I don't like it, but the others are perfect. I like it, but who made it perfect? So it is just a means of questioning. Okay. Shall we come? So you wanted to say something?
So when we see when we use the word defect, it's perceived defect.
Yes.
Perceived defect.
Yeah, but it is defect for your senses. But in fact, for the purpose of its existence, it is not a defect. It's a contribution to the perfection for human side. For human side. Do you
It
understand?
allows us to exercise free will and appreciate the
Perfection.
all the things we enjoy in life.
Yeah, perfection in the rest of the universe. But your sense, which doesn't like this defect, is correct. Don't deny it, you don't like the defect. But the creation of that defect is not evil. It is good, it is helpful for me. That's what we have to understand. Very simple point. Very simple point. In our lives, many times, because we see the defects in creation under the electro-magnifying machine, million times bigger than the rest. When we are, everything is all right, we don't really pay attention. There is a, let's say there is something wrong, I don't know, in one of your vein here. You keep talking about it. You never talk about the rest of the blood circulation system, nerve system. You don't. You just, when we say, for example, how are you? Said, I'm fine, everything is fine, good, finish. But if I have, not you, if I have a problem in my eye or in my ear or in my, I don't know, in my lung, how many hours I keep talking about it? It started a month ago. I went to a doctor. And this doctor, he gave me some prescription. It didn't work. And you memorize the names of the prescriptions of medicines and everything. But when it comes to the rest of your body, as far as the body is concerned, or the rest of your life, you'd say, yeah, I'm fine, finish. Now, if someone says, you know, I have something in my eye, oh yeah, okay. Is there anything wrong with your arm? No. Is there anything wrong with your ear? No. Is there anything wrong with your mouth? No. Is there anything with stomach, kidney, but whatever? Nerve system? Is there anything wrong with this? Is there anything wrong with that? Did you have lunch? Did you have dinner? Yeah. You don't talk. You don't talk. But one thing that we don't like, maybe a pain on your neck, for example. Sometimes I have. So this is pain here. You know, if you are patient like this, do some sort of exercise, it goes. So simple. But keep talking about it. So, for example, there are, let's say, 30,000, no, more than 30,000. 300, 500,000 babies are born a day. Is it right? I guess. As a guess. Yeah?
That sounds like a lot.
Sorry?
100,000.
It's too many, okay. No, 300. 300,000, something. Out of 6 billion, 7 almost. Yeah. Think about China as well. Okay, anyway, 200, 2,000. No one talks about it. Today, you know what happened? 200,000 babies are born. Have you ever seen that? No, talking to people. 2 babies, let's say, under the smoke, there was a fire, died in Manhattan. All newspapers. And radio news, TV news, cameras, journalists are all there. What a brutal insult to the creation. Now, ungrateful. The Quran keeps saying that those ungrateful people will be deprived of paradise, my mercy. They are already deprived of His mercy in this world. They don't see the mercy in other creations. Only 1 square millimeter defect everybody talks about. So paradise is the place. Let's come to our point. Paradise is the place where human spirit, heart, mind, other subtle human qualities, senses, emotions, whatever we have, are to be satisfied. That kind of creation. Is it possible? Yeah, why not? The one who made your shirt, for example, everywhere is perfect, but 1 square millimeter there is defect. Do you think cannot make this one who made the rest of the shirt perfect, cannot make that 1 square meter also perfect? Is there any way? No, he can't. The human mind cannot really reject this. No, he can't. No, just make it perfect. So why not the one who created me with all human desires, which doesn't want anything with defect? Demonstrate a creation according to the human qualities which are created by Him. It is expected. I always see that any kind of sense for desire for perfection in me is a promise from my Creator that that sense will be satisfied. That's a pioneer coming in this world in the life. You will have a life or existence. You will be created in a kind of type of creation that sense also will be satisfied. By you, by whom? By the one who gave you this sense. Very simple. I don't know whether it is simple to me or it is really simple. People find it very difficult to deal with this problem of evil. But if you really think about it in a realistic term, without being egocentric, falling into the egocentric criticism, said, I don't like this defect, I don't like this defect. Talk about the defect, but never pay attention to the perfection in the rest of the creation. And of course, we deserve to have a horrible life. Of course, you always see the defect. You always see the defect. You will never be satisfied. Because you are created for perfection. And you are presented because of your choice. The defect only, you definitely will be living in an unsatisfactory world. Why? Because of your own perception. That is evil for you. Yeah? You have chosen the evil for yourself. Make the whole world horrible for yourself. Okay. If we know the source, of anything created, we know that the source is absolute, and if we love this source, because he created and demonstrated his ability to us, if we love this source, then you are going to be absolutely satisfied even in this world. So you will look at the rest of the shirt. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Whoever made this shirt perfect is satisfying my human expectations, feelings. So definitely you can expect, we have every right to expect that there will be a kind of creation. You will be fully satisfied as you are promised here. What is the promise? Who will tell me? What is the promise?
The sense of getting permanent satisfaction, this desire within me, because it cannot be met within the physical conditions of this universe. But when I attribute this sense to an absolute source, then that source, just having this conviction of the existence of an absolute source, I can refer this desire, the source of existence of this sense of wanting perfection, to that source, then that's how I can.
That's the promise.
That's the promise.
That's the. Sorry. In the existence of our sense of desiring eternity, perfection, what we understand, this is a promise from my Creator. And why do you think that I will conclude? Is there any reason for me to conclude that the one who gave me this desire is not going to satisfy? I didn't make a contract, well, like between you and me. So if you promise me to give $1,000, I'm not going to give this to you. You say, okay, in order to get it. Yeah, there is a human transaction. But the Creator, how about the Creator? Creator of this desire, you didn't make a contract. He already created you with this desire. There's no contract. It's a free giving. So if he's not going to satisfy it, why do you think he would give it? The only problem is not to attribute to human feelings to ourselves. That is the most unjust thought. This is my thought. This is my desire. If you ask yourself, did you create it? No. Did your mother create it? No. Created? No. Well, how do you say this is my feeling? Funny feeling, funny understanding. If someone pay attention, be very careful. All people, with no exception, whoever criticizes the evil according to human senses, which is correct, right? According to human senses, it's correct. We don't like it. Correct? Evil criticizes the existence of this evil. Do you get it?
Evil
According to me, this is evil. For example,
Yeah.
if I put the needle in your arm, you say, it's evil. You don't want it. Do you? Yeah, you don't. Yeah. Correct? According to me, the existence of this event is disliked. And I don't like it because I'm created not to like it. So these people make this apparent evil, they call it apparent evil. According to me, it is evil, but we discussed before, the real existence of this thing is to contribute to perfection of the creation as far as human progress is concerned.
Hang on a second. Let's say I poke you, and then you
Let's say
say
there is an defect, go back to the simple, because if you do something, your intention is, or your free will is interfere, makes the case complicated. Simple. There is a church,
right.
everywhere is perfect, except one defect.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So do you like this defect?
Well, if I look into it, then yeah, I don't like
No,
it.
no. When you see it, do you want it?
Nope.
No. So simple. That is according to you something disliked.
Yes.
But if somebody keeps criticizing the shirt because of this defect, it means saying that there is evil in creation.
So criticizing is similar to
Criticizing means, look, in the creation, in the universe, there is evil. They say, look, they don't say that it is human perception, it is a means of human progress, whatever. They don't say this. Why? Why they don't say? Why they make this mistake, saying that there is evil in creation?
because they're just focusing on that defect within the whole context of the universe, and they're neglecting the.
Okay, why do they do this? Focus on the defect and forget the whole picture.
I would say because by nature human beings want perfection, and then you do come across something that you see out of
Be careful.
imperfection.
It's very simple. The answer is extremely simple. Be careful if someone criticizes the evil attributing it to creation. Careful, to creation. Not that I don't like it. Yes, I don't like it. The creation. There is evil in creation. If you look at them, they attribute the senses to themselves. Human senses to themselves. That's the source of the disease you have to notice. There is a defect here, I don't like it. Okay. Don't say anything. Say, don't you like the defect? How come that you have this sense? Is it yours? Is it your quality? How come that it existed? Yeah? You like this, you don't like this. How this sense of liking and disliking exist.
Like God gave
So it's
us
beyond
lessons
that, beyond
to-
us. Yeah.
Sorry?
So yes, as Paulo says, God is giving us us the ability.
Whoever created you,
The Creator is giving us the ability to
Yeah.
nurture this.
who created you, gave you, the one who created you, gave you the sense not like the defect. Don't say, I don't like the defect. Say, my creator made me dislike the defect. And you start thinking about the wisdom in its existence. And if you miss this step, attributing the senses to yourself, you will never solve evil problem. The philosophers never could solve this evil problem. And they said it is unsolvable. This is the most unsolvable problem. Many philosophers wrote this. Why? Because by profession, they don't attribute anything to its creator. By profession. When they attribute to its creator anything, including human senses,
It's also jobs.
then they are out of the profession, they lose the job. It means this is the most essential point that we have to learn. We shouldn't also fall into this trap. I do. If you say, I don't like this, my friend is doing that, well, don't say I don't like this. My creator wanted me not to like this. Right? Now it's your turn.
So the next step would be, so since my creator gave me the sense not to like, let's say, a defect, then I must assume that the defect exists for a purpose, because since my creator gave me the sense not to like it, yet it still exists, then there's a purpose in its existence, right?
Yeah, you start thinking about the wisdom in its creation.
Right.
So why do I think that my creator has given me this sense? There must be a purpose. So what happens? It opens up the path. It paves the road to the expectation of paradise. There must be a type of creation where all of my senses will be fully satisfied. There must be a type of creation. Why? This sense is a promise for me from my creator. The sense that I want everything perfect with no defect. Paradise is the place there is no defect. So, is it so easy? The one who creates, let's say, 300,000 babies a day, right? Or, I don't know, the number maybe not 300, 3,000, doesn't matter. They are created, even 3, doesn't matter. They are created. And these babies grow and they die. You don't want them to die. So, do you think this one cannot create a type of creation where the babies are created and they don't die? Why not? He is demonstrating that I can do it. I could do it. You have seen it in front of your eyes. Just acknowledge me, educate your feelings, introduce me to your feelings, prepare this with your free will, choose to acknowledge it, then your feelings will be trained, will be educated. So they will be ready for graduation. Right? You go to the college, you learn step by step, and you got the degree. Now, in your life out of college, you practice your degree. Right? If you have not learned anything, what do you practice? Nothing. That is the paradise in hell. So simple. You don't exceed, you don't exercise it. You are not trained. You are given the opportunity to train yourself, get acquainted with God's mercy in creation. If you don't introduce God's mercy to you, you are blind to it.
What's interesting is that if you have attribute the sense of dislike to yourself, then you're bound to criticize creation, and when you criticize creation, then eventually you're saying that this is evil act. That's the point.
Existing, the evil exists in the universe, they said. And they say, come on, don't you see the tsunami? Don't you see the storms? Don't you see the earthquakes, wars? Yeah. There's evil.
It's false perception.
Beyond doubt, come on.
Evil is a false perception from my end.
False decision, yeah, false perception. But my not liking the earthquake is not evil, it is perfect. Right? And that's the other end of the argument, actually. One end says there is evil in the creation. The other extreme ends may say, no, we have to like everything. No, I don't like earthquake. I don't like getting old. I don't like death. Yeah, I don't want to die. That's my sense given to me. I don't like to be ill. Would you like to be? Do you kill yourself? That's so real. Yeah, but there is a purpose in that. It doesn't mean that there is evil in creation. It's a very simple thing. So, yeah.
You talked about leaving the path to paradise. So if a person attributes their senses to themselves, they see things in creation they dislike. They focus on those things. Do they leave the path to hell or experience hell on earth like it's so uncomfortable?
Whatever human senses don't like, and they concentrate on it, but they don't think. Why do they exist there? And they make a judgment, or they experience. In fact, it is a very important subject. We frequently refer to this subject, but it is very needed, urgent subject that we have to be very clear about. Now, the philosophers think about the subject, analyze the subject within the context of what? Human feelings and the defect there. And come to a conclusion about the defect there and defect in existence. What happened now? Human feelings is passed by. Human feelings are passed by. Look, that was a defect. That's what the defect. I said, I understood that this is the thing I don't like. Now say, there is something existing here that I don't like. Don't say that in creation there is evil. This is irrelevant. This is the relationship between me and my observation of the things and my interaction of the things. Do you get it? And why do you make a judgment in creation? How can you make the judgment about the creation? Say, I don't like it. It's easy to understand. Yes, you don't like it, that's correct. Now, concentrate on the sense which doesn't like that. Where did you get this sense?
In creation, there is no evil.
Yeah?
Everything is not evil. Everything is perfect in creation.
Yeah. Even the one I see as evil has a function to complete my understanding of the universe as and learn how the perfection is taking place in the universe.
It's a little hard to grasp that right now because I feel everything is perfect in creation. That's given.
In
Yeah,
creation,
everything is perfect, and then I have to prove that with everything evil, like what if I perceive something to be evil, with that I have to come to the conclusion that everything is perfect. It feels like I'm being indoctrinated that everything is perfect.
I understand. You're disliking a particular thing is the way of reaching the perfection. That's how you are. Because otherwise, if you didn't have the option, you wouldn't exercise your free will. If you don't exercise your free will, you wouldn't make a choice and make progress.
I understand that part, but this part that everything is perfect in creation, where are you getting this from? How do you know?
No, because this is sometimes the students, the teachers, give a test to the students in order to what? To teach what they are missing. So do you think this test is an evil? It is hell. But also there is a trick there, trick question. Why? To draw the attention of the students what they are mostly missing to notice. Now, when you look at the defect, you just stare at the defect only. But you have to say, I don't like this defect, but the rest is perfect. How come that this rest is perfect? Who made it? Yeah. Can you make it perfect yourself? The creation, the other, everything? You know, it's prepared for.
So me not liking the defect is not evil, but
no, but the creation side is not evil.
The creation side is
no, it's not created
but
or it doesn't exist.
I need to come to a conclusion to say that the creation of
now
this
because
is not evil.
You are learning. It's very simple because you are learning.
Learning what?
The rest of the perfect. So
okay,
you say,
that by questioning this defect.
Yeah. Is asking you to
question
your attention.
Whatever is perfect.
Yeah. So how come they become perfect? Because you like that one.
So then
you want that defect also like them. Who can make it?
So when I through the
answer
defect,
this question. There is a defect in the shirt.
Okay.
Okay. This defect you don't like it.
Yes.
Your desire is what? I want this defect also to be perfect as the rest. Who can make it perfect?
The one who made the rest of the universe perfect.
Yes, acknowledge it. So what you are doing, you are learning who made the rest perfect because you cannot make it perfect.
So the thing that is still that has defect is it's still, I would say it's evil.
Yeah, no. But it is teaching you. There's a purpose here. You understand that you are developing yourself here. You are here to get to know who you are, what your existence is. So it helps you. It helps you fulfill the perfection of your existence in this world. This world is a very short period of existence in your life. It's a short period. You get 4 years of 3 years of education, and then the rest is your graduation, and you will be acting your profession according to your
And here's
training.
my question, what's wrong of when I look at the defect, I say, yeah, it's evil, but then it makes me question whatever is perfect, and I say, oh yes, this universe is perfect, this part is perfect, but only this little part
It's not,
it's
no.
not really.
What is the purpose in its existence of this imperfection?
Right, so it's still imperfect.
Yeah, of course we said
So
that.
there
it
is imperfection in creation then.
No, that is the purpose of existence of this imperfection is perfect.
The creation, the existence of the creation of imperfection.
Is perfect. So, for example, in the question that the teacher asks, to draw your attention to the fine point that you may miss, is a perfection of the teacher.
So the imperfection has a perfect purpose.
Yeah, look at this. Imperfection has a perfect purpose. Yeah. So imperfection, according to me, in creation, it's not imperfection. It is a perfect creation. That's why the shift between me and the things that I am observing in the hands of the philosophers dragged into existence, not between me and this one. But it is dragged into existence. That is the after the slippery place that they play. Why do they do that? Because they don't accept the creator of anything. So they conclude that this creation is not perfect. If there was a God, such thing, it would, by definition, make it perfect, but the universe is not perfect, so there is no God. Look at the mentality, seems to be, oh yeah, it is really correct. It's very simple diversion from one relationship into another relationship. So what we should do, we shouldn't say that there is no imperfection as far as my relationship is concerned with the universe. Yes, there is. The universe is transient, and I don't want it to be transient. To me, the creation must be permanent and perfect. That's my feelings tell me. And the universe is not permanent, and this creation is not perfect, because I'm getting old and I'm dying. How can I say that this universe, this life is, this kind of creation is perfect? But the imperfection, it means the transience of this universe, this is the way to teach me. The Creator asks me to turn to Him and say, I want perfect creation according to the desires you gave to me.
So if I may ask a question, I don't want to. I don't think this. To me, I'm stuck in something. So I have accepted, in creation, the apparent imperfection has a perfect purpose in creation itself. Now that conclusion, I feel there might be a contradiction in my understanding of paradise, because if I'm, the example I think of is, I think there are certain people, for example, who might live in a forest, right? Everything is green. There are people in this world who live in a forest, and everything is green.
So in
Forest.
The forest, right, where everything is green, right? And we know that in some places, some of these people, they can't see green because they're constantly surrounded by green, so they don't understand green. So I understand imperfection as a way to see perfection, because otherwise all I see is perfection and I don't know the difference, right? However, if I'm in paradise, if there are no more imperfections, how can I truly appreciate paradise?
No. When it comes to paradise, it is another kind of creation. Not like this creation. You will be subject to another kind of creation. Your criterion will change. Because the one who created you with this ability appropriately to the conditions of this universe. So that is why paradise is described as you can never imagine. Why? There's no like of it here. So that's why we die in body. Because we are going to give in, we need to be given in another body, which is appropriate to the conditions of that kind of creation. That must be. The human reason says it must be so. So, for example, I am living now in an atmosphere. Let's say I am put in the sea, created in the sea. What will happen? So my not inhalation, inhalation, my inhalation system will be changed like fish. So I will get oxygen if I need oxygen, not from the air, but from the water. So my body needs to be changed. That's why we die. I'm very happy that we are going to die. Because our body here is appropriate to the conditions of this world. And when my spirit gets the conditions of what it requires to be, my body must be changed according to the conditions of the new creation. So my perception, everything will be different. But there, we expect that my expectations will be satisfied. How? I don't know. I'm not the engineer. The engineer of the new world is the engineer of this world, and he said, I can do it. But what does he say? He says in the creation, this I am able to do it. What you see? Through the creation. And also through his message to human beings, I will do it. I say, yeah, it must be. It must be. Because the universe says so, my feelings say so, and this message must be true. Because even there was no message, I would say, there must be something, there must be something. There must be something. I wouldn't name it, but I would say there must be something. Yeah?
Quick question. When you talked about promise earlier, as in going back to the babies dying, I don't want babies to die. I have the sense is given to me, so there must be a place. If I do conclude about paradise, there must be a place where
A kind of creation.
a kind of creation where babies,
No one dies.
nobody dies.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, I desire not to get old.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way I am right now. I want it to last forever. So there must be a type of creation where this desire will be met, as in,
course.
let's say I really want the way the body
this
is, two
desire
hands,
is given
two
to you.
legs, and
This desire is given to you by the one who created you. That is a promise. You understand from him. So
promise that this
I'm
will
gonna
be
do
given,
it.
like the body will be given back to me. I want my 2 hands, 2 legs.
Whatever it is, that's what
Is
according
that
to
imagination?
no. You cannot say that I want 2 hands or 2 5 fingers, but you can say that I am giving the sense to desire a perfect creation, perfect treatment. Is what I mean. Perfect treatment.
So let's
Because you don't want to be treated perfectly. So nothing will disturb you. Nothing will happen to you. Nothing will happen to you that you don't like. Nothing will happen to you which bothers you.
Isn't that imagination as well?
But that imagination is given to you, but your senses really desire it, because when there is something happens to you, you react. It's not imagination. If someone comes and starts to tries to stop you, what do? I am imagining maybe
Run, kick, and punches.
you go run away or protect yourself. Is it an imagination? To run away from the death or from being hurt is an imagination. It's your reality. Even imagination, but imagination is created. How do you imagine?
What's real then?
No?
What's
Or-
real?
Do you say it is an imagination, you are saying. So, okay, there are different layers or levels of creation. Yeah, air is a type of creation. Water is a type of creation. Plants have another type of creation. Animals have another type of creation. Every type of animals have another type of form and lifestyle. Trillions of different kinds of creation. You cannot say there's one creation. There is nothing standard in the world. Everything is continuous to change. Everything is continuous to different. Why? We should have no excuse that the one who created this universe has a limited capacity.
Let's say you like everything in the universe, and this desire is given to you, and you know you are subject to death as well, like you will be taken away from this universe.
And you don't like that.
And I would want everything to go with me, right? Like people
So if
I
you don't
interact
want that,
with and everything. So
If
there's
you
a
don't
promise
want-
about that?
you don't want death. That's the desire.
So where's the promise? Like I
You
want.
don't want death.
No, I'm going back to the promise of like things you want.
No, you don't like the sense itself, the existence of sense itself is a promise from the Creator.
Existence of the sense of not liking.
Whatever it is, liking, disliking, is a promise. Existence of the thing itself,
Existence of the sense of anything.
yeah, is a promise. But liking this, disliking this, most of them are promise.
Where do you get the conviction that the promise will be fulfilled?
Who gave it to you?
I don't know.
Really, you don't know? Really? What is the source of existence of anything? There must be a source.
Okay, yes. There
There must be a source. That source will satisfy it. That's why whoever is making this universe, whoever is making you now, is going to give you what you desire.
I think the problem is it's really hard for me to get to realize that the source of existence of this desire is given to me.
Yes.
Because when I realize that, then I'll be able to execute that the promise will be fulfilled. Because to me right now, it just looks like something
That is
something
why
that I'm being indoctrinated in these halakas right now.
now what we have been concentrating on. If someone does not think about the source of existence of his sense, any sense that he's using, he cannot solve the problem. Philosophers never discuss about the source of existence of anything. Never discuss it. Source of existence of anything, never discuss it. And after we die, what is the point in coming to this world if we are going to die? They never talk about death and beyond death. The meaning of death. Meaning of what is beyond death.
First of all,
Question.
how
They
can,
never, because they say there is no such thing.
how can you talk about something beyond death? I mean,
Oh, of course, there must be. Now you have to talk. Now you have to talk before you die. Don't wait until you die. Because you know that you are going to die. Is there any doubt about it? No. Do you like death?
not really.
What does it mean? What does it mean? It means you have to question, why am I given death? Now, what is this? What is the question? This is the question. Why am I giving death? And why am I giving the dislike of death? What is this?
Who's going to answer?
Yeah, you have to question. As soon as you question, you get the answer. But the philosophy doesn't question that. Philosophy means those people who don't accept creation, who don't accept the creator. This is a frozen mind. They never question the source of existence of anything. And we are the products of this secularist philosophy. So we are not, have you seen any type of discipline of science? Any type of discipline of science which talks about the source of existence of anything? Never. That's secular science. We are the product of this education. So even for us, the door opens that, yeah, that's what we have to do. It means we can get out of this blocked universe, closed universe. It's very close. We are, if you really think about it, we exist, or we are in a closed universe. The universe is closed. My life has a beginning and end. I am in between in this world. It is closed as well. Here is the beginning, here is the end. The universe is closed. We are imprisoned in this closed universe.
That sounds very depressing.
Yes, it is. And this sense, it is a very important subject. When you feel that I am imprisoned in this universe, I am imprisoned in this universe, I am imprisoned in this life, and you feel depressed, excellent. That is a promise that you don't want to depress, do you? So this sense of desire for not to be depressed necessarily makes that this is a promise that there must be another creation where there is no depression. There must be. This is a promise from the creator of the sense which feels depressed. Do you get it? So we have to learn how to reason. We have to learn. We can do that. We can do. One thing, I keep always saying this, we may fail to do this just because we don't think that religion has nothing to do with this. In the cultural religion, what we think, we found, religion is fasting during Ramadan, pray, or this kind of thing. Yeah, they are important. Yes, they are important, but the foundation is not there. They are the fruits. But without a tree, you cannot really have the fruit. So we have to establish the tree first. And then we understand that this tree gives the fruit. Then rituals start making sense. So, sorry? We have to enjoy?
I have to.
No. I don't hear you.
We have to enjoy the
Rituals.
Religion.
But the religion must make sense to you first. Yeah, that's what we are learning here. So if you ignore this part, forget about it. If you forget about that, yeah, we have to learn. Ignore it. Sorry? It is an illness. Really. We have to cut off. Now we have to like religion when we are convinced, not imitative way. Yeah? That's why we have to train ourselves how to get conviction. We have to train ourselves.
So you're saying that when I realized that the universe is closed, it's a closed universe, like there's a beginning and an end, it depresses me, and so I question the sense of depression.
It really depresses me too.
So what do you
Really,
do?
I
How do you get out of
can't really bear it.
How did you get out of this depression? Do you mind sharing with us?
Because this depression forces me to understand what is going on. Why do I get depression? The same thing again. Why am I given the sense of depression when I see that limited, closed creation, universe, where I am imprisoned? I feel imprisoned. I say, it shouldn't be. This sense is a promise. Go back to the same reasoning.
Promise that the one who has given me
This sense is telling me, don't like this universe, get ready for another one.
Try. Don't like this universe, get ready for another one. So what do you do in the interim?
Interim?
Yeah.
So that communicate with the source. You are there, you can do it, I am happy with you.
When am I going to graduate?
Sorry?
Is that what
Yeah.
you're communicating?
That's why some people are immersed in this graduation ceremony. They say, when the angel of death comes and takes my humanity out of this body, which is imprisoned out of this body, that will be my graduation ceremony.
Is that a good desire?
Which one?
Waiting for the angel of death.
Yes, angel.
Really?
Don't you want to meet the angel? Now, again, the same, look, the same reasoning. You got the sense of not liking death, but the creation of death is beautiful. Because only through the creation of death that we will be given another type of creation where this desire will be fulfilled. That is the promise of the creator of the desire. Not you. Don't worry about it. You cannot make it.
So I think it makes it exciting. You know, another type of creation exists.
Yes, yes.
When you're bored of this universe, you're like, what's ahead?
Yes, yes, it is exciting. That is why this guy says a fraction, a particle of love of God is much more than the love of whole universe.
It's okay to be bored of the universe now? Because
Yes.
with everything that has been discussed, I feel bored now with the universe.
No, it is a sign. It is a sign. No, don't confuse. It is a sign. You get it? It is a
The
sign
universe is a sign.
that urges me to desire for the eternal, happy, perfect creation. So
you're waiting here. You know you cannot
Yes.
get eternal happiness. Then
while you are waiting, what do you do? For example, I gave this example to you. I think maybe please don't take it personally. Okay, I'm making a general statement. While we were having the discussion, some people text. That was the missing point. We have to be very careful. Never distract your attention. We mentioned this on many occasions, that when you are in a desperate situation, I gave this example maybe at least twice. This will be at least third time. When you are in a desperate situation, let's say that the typical example is in the novels, your plane crashed or a helicopter crashed and you fell into a desert. or in a forest. No one knows where you are, nothing to eat. In the forest, you may find something to eat. So in the desert, daytime is really hot. Evening, at night is really cold. This is a desert time. No, you don't know even the direction, right? And you don't know where to go, where you are. And look, no hope. There is a helicopter up there, appears, and drops a paper to you. In an hour, there will be a helicopter will take you up. They know that you are here. Now, in this, in between, what did you say? In this
Interim.
Yes, interim. Now, you got the news, right? Is there any food? No. Is there any water? Is there any a helicopter or something will come and pick you up? No. But you got them in 1 hour, there will be, how do you feel? Fantastic. Exactly. That's what we are. Now, it cannot be a false letter. Why? Why should they give it to you? You desire this. This letter acknowledges you. Now, when you understand that there will be there must be eternal life, and the creator of this universe can make it, and this desire in me, a letter from him. You got the desire. You got the letter now. Trust. Why? You can do it. You got the letter to you. That is the promise. So, when you get the letter, then you understand that only the one who created you with the senses will satisfy you, can satisfy you, and definitely will do it. So educate yourself, train yourself to be conscious of him continuously. Never forget him. He is the one who is educating you here. If anything else happens, it is the one who is preparing you for this life. And this in turn will be satisfied with acknowledgement of the ability of the creator maker who sent me this letter. He can do it because this helicopter came here and spotted where I am. But he knows, they know. He sent me this letter. It means he gave me this sense. And this letter says 1 hour, it will come. And you feel fantastic. You feel as if you have received it. Now, that is why believe in God and trust him makes you the happiest man on earth. Nothing else.
But so just to be clear also, it doesn't mean that if I like this world and my life that I will not learn something, because there may be things that I dislike, but maybe I see the good things in this world.
No, most of the time you should see the good things in this world, but the world itself, we like the things, we like, man, that's why we live in this world, excuse me. We have to understand one thing, one point. No one says that you should not like this world, but the nature of this world is such that it makes you feel imprisoned. Because it is imprisoned. Because this temporary creation is closed. It has a beginning, it has an end. Then you don't want it. Why? You have been given the sense. You cannot deny that. The transient world is an evidence that the maker of this transient world is able to make a permanent one, to convince you. It is a letter for you. So, like this word, but say, I want what is promised in this letter.
But that letter also transforms you, right? It changes your relationship
Of course,
with
you
the
say
current.
fantastic with the news, although physically nothing
Yeah.
changed. That's why Iman, believing God, requires us to make tawakkul. It means trust in Him. Because it is a solemn, earnest promise. Letter came and spotted you and by name. What was your name again?
Share.
Shera. Shera, they know me. Huh? I know you are in a desperate situation. We know you are in a desperate situation. I'm going to send an airplane or a helicopter in 1 hour. They will take you out. Don't worry. Yeah. So you are comfortable. Although you are not given any food, anything, but look, we have to understand that we are while we are in a transient world, we feel imprisoned, but we also know that I will be released out of this imprisonment. It is I got a letter of promise from my Creator, from my Maker.
I understand, but just to clarify, so the analogy, the letter that you receive, this is our desire for eternity. That's what the letter, that's the proof of this.
So that desire is given to you by? Yeah, so that is the promise of your Creator. With this consciousness, awareness of this relationship is essential. Right? This awareness of this relationship, it means this is a letter I have received from my owner that is going to come in an hour time.
Your awareness can be like this, or it can be like this. So how can you increase the awareness, increase the trust, increase the joy?
So, how many days we are given? Yeah, 1 day, 2 days, 500, 1,000. Yes? Why? Every time we renew this, if you like, covenant. Right? Most of the time we forget the covenant. So refresh it. Refresh it. So belief is not static. Belief doesn't happen only once. Every moment, belief needs to be refreshed. We are dealing with a very subtle message. Today, I wasn't intending to go into this detail, but when it comes to paradise, where did they get this funny idea? I have to explain. I could not come to this last verse. If you love God, follow me, only then God will love you. It says end. No, it is not the right understanding of the Arabic origin. Yes, literally means end. But the way in this context has many meanings. In this context means only then God loves you. Sorry? Only then God will love you. So, inshallah, we can study this next week and then go into completely different subject now. The second fruit, the subject is, of course, internally related, but subject-wise, a completely different subject, but it's an interesting subject. That's why I have chosen it. You can, those people who have the book, they can study. Otherwise, I will bring them bring here the handouts. What handouts of the section we'll study next week. I think we have because we're getting late. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alim hakim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.